Hi and welcome to the course on cloud computing. Today in our cloud computing course, we'll be covering collaboration in the cloud. Whenever we use any applications, any softwares, mobile devices, communication, social media platforms, instant messaging, voice over internet protocol, all those things are possible due to the cloud services. We are actually using internet in order to be connected with our peers to collaborate things in the cloud, and that's what we'll be covering in this chapter, that how can we utilize cloud in order to get the maximum benefit out of it. Now the key concepts in this chapter are we'll be talking about blog, we'll be discussing collaboration, instant messaging, then streaming media, virtual meetings, virtual presentations, then voice over internet protocol, and how Wikipedia plays an important role. The learning objectives is that we'll define and describe collaboration, then we'll define and describe cloud-based collaboration. We'll list the benefits of cloud-based collaboration. Further, we'll list and describe cloud-based tools for document sharing, and list the questions that one should consider with respect to the cloud-based collaboration tools, and we'll discuss the potential uses of cloud-based streaming media for presentations to TV, etc. Now, cloud collaboration is cloud-based meetings, and cloud-based collaboration tools are some of the information technology industry hottest items. No matter what we are doing, if we are using Microsoft Teams, if we are using Zoom, if we are using TeamViewer, they are all examples of a cloud-based collaboration. Now, as you know, after pandemic, Zoom and Microsoft Teams has been very successful in delivering the lectures online, and till today, most of the meetings and presentations are conducted online through these tools. What began as web-based email has exploded to include cloud-based conference meetings, face-to-face, voice-over internet protocol calls, virtually any device document sharing, and streaming media content. So before, if you remember, if there was a meeting or if there was a gathering of the company employees all together where they wanted to meet, they had to meet face to face, and that included lots of traveling and hoteling and ticket charges and all those things, which are not there anymore since virtually everyone is connected. They can use the technologies in order to have the meetings online. Further, we have voice over internet protocol. Like if you have a exchange in your infrastructure, a exchange like a telephone exchange which has a VoIP capability, you can make calls using the internet and you can connect to the employees globally. If they have an access to the VoIP server that you have on your premises globally, wherever they have access to the internet, they'll be able to connect using the internet to your exchange within your country. So even if you're traveling and you're making calls, it would seem like as if you are in the same country and you're making the calls from there. So that saves a lot of cost in terms of international calls and all those things. We are utilizing internet and cloud in order to do those things. Further, they'll be talking about document sharing and stuff that we'll see in a while. Then, driven by COVID-19 pandemic, work from home has become the norm, and the use of the cloud-based collaboration tools has been exploded. So now there are lots of new tools available in the market also, but the tools that we are already using are quite successful, and they are constantly adding features on that, with the help of which you can easily have the meetings and online classes using the cloud collaboration tools. Now, what is collaboration? In the simplest sense, collaboration is the process of two or more people working together to achieve a result. So that's only possible due to the cloud-based solutions. Before, if someone is working, for example, on an Excel sheet, he is working on it all alone. But if it's a cloud-based solution, either from Google or Microsoft or any other third-party service, multiple users can log into the same worksheet or the Word document, and they can enter the details. All of the users can track the changes made by the other users. They can fill in the data sheets, for example, if they are entering some data on Excel, etc. So everyone can work together on a simple task to achieve a goal. For years, teams would meet in conference rooms to collaborate depending on the scope and importance of the project. Some team members would fly in to face-to-face meetings, etc. So it's not a problem these days, regardless where are you, what are the timings in your country, and what are the timings in the main head office. If you want to meet, you can have a collaboration online at the time when they are all available. Further, the option of recording the meeting is also available, that if you want to record the meeting and to note down the minutes of the meeting later, you can easily do that. Those team members who would not attend would call in the call into a speakerphone, which was strategically placed at the center of the conference table. So there are phones which are sensitive enough that it would be in the middle of the room and everyone would be able to hear, and they'll be able to make the collaboration using that technology. Now, cloud-based collaboration tools includes lots of different things that we'll be covering in this chapter as well. Webmail is there, that you can access it within the organization, you can access it from outside the organization. People are writing blogs and wiki pages, so lots of information can be gathered from there. Calendar management is there, that whenever there is a meeting call, it would automatically be saved in your calendar, whether you're using a Microsoft calendar or Google calendar. Before the time, it would notify you that a meeting is scheduled at this time, so that you can plan accordingly. We discussed VoIP, which is voice over internet protocol, that you can make calls using the cloud while you are traveling or you are within the country. Anywhere in the city, you'll be able to make calls at a very cheap rate. We can share the documents online. Instant messaging is there. You can chat with your colleagues and the employees in the office as well, using the technologies in Office 365 as well. Then we have virtual meetings. You can have any sort of meetings online. Phone systems are there. Totally cloud-based internet exchanges are there, which we call as VoIP as well. We can easily make calls using the internet, and the call would be received on the regular telephone line. Then we have the social media like Facebook, Twitter, and all those other tools that we use on daily basis in order to contact our loved ones. After that, there are some questions to ask. Can the solution scale to meet the organization future needs? If the solution is capable enough that they can cater the employees of the organization. For example, if an organization have 10 to 15,000 employees, if they are all using the solution, whether it's a viable option for them or not, is the solution secure? So the files, the documents, and the things you are sharing in the cloud, whether they are secure or anyone else has the access to that as well. What are the solution startup and the operational cost, etc.? Since you are relying on a cloud-based solution, so what would be the operational cost of it on annual basis or monthly basis, and then how many users are using it and how much data you'll be saving in their cloud? That plays an important role. Then how will the solution impact the company's IT staffing and resources requirements, that whether you need a fully dedicated IT department or not, and who will be taking care of the services in the cloud, or how the authentication and other things would take place. So how much staff is needed for that? What are the solution learning curve for the training requirements, etc.? So if you need to provide any training to the staff, what would be the charges or the overhead cost for that? Now it started with a webmail, as you can see that we started using Gmail through a cloud-based solution. And if you remember, when Gmail started for the first time, it wasn't easy to sign up on Gmail yourself. It was based on invite. So if I know someone and I have 5 invites at that time, someone would invite me to sign up on Gmail, then I'll get 5 invites to invite someone else. That's how it grew in the starting. So we signed up on Gmail, but that time we were able to access Gmail through the web-based browser only. Things evolved with the passage of time when we had the cloud and everything. We had now cloud-based applications, just like in Android we have Gmail and other features from Google itself loaded on the operating system, as well on the mobile phones, through which you can check your emails, you can schedule meetings, you can share files, you can make online calls, and all those different things. Before that, a web-based instant messaging session was quite successful at that time. If you remember, we used to use MSN Messenger or Yahoo Messenger or AOL Messengers, etc. But then after we had WhatsApp and other applications, they are not as successful as they were at that time, where people were able to send pictures, video calls, video conferencing, etc. We have better solutions for that, but they were quite successful when it started. For years, using took advantage of instant messaging to send short messages to another user outside the email to have the text-based time chat. There is no cost of instant messaging at that time, and the chatting could reside in the next cubicle or across the globe. Today, many companies still rely on the instant messaging to provide the text-based technical support, etc. So if you have signed up for any cloud-based service or hosting or a domain registration or customer relationship management, etc., you'll find this chat session there as well, where you can share the files, you can share the screenshots, voice notes, videos, and all those things in order to get a better support online. Over the time, instant messaging tools have been expanded to support the file sharing, even face-to-face video. Today, most of the web collaboration or conferencing tools like Zoom, Teams, Skype provide chat, message, and the video capabilities as well, which has both things together. They are quite advanced. The only difference is that if you are using Microsoft technology, or if you have Microsoft Office 365, is a unified login mechanism, so you don't have to log in for each device separately. Once you signed up and you have an account, you can log in to a number of applications which are provided by that platform. And that's a typical picture for that. Now, a face-to-face calling using the Skype or VoIP. Now, as you can see, that's a typical window of Skype, where you can see the meeting title. You can share the link, you can record the meeting, you can have see the participants who are there. You can mute your mic, or you can disable or enable it from here. You can disable and enable the video from here. You can drop the call, or you can have the chat session with the person. You can raise the hand if you want to talk to the other person or react to any kind of messages or the chat messages over here. And further, you have annotations as well that you can write on screen and share your screen as well. So quite a handful tool these days, and you can do lots of things if you're using it. Now, if we are talking about faxes 40 years later, earlier we had the fax machines which used to rely on the PBX exchanges, and we used to receive faxes which didn't have the colored copy of things. It was only black and white. Using the telephone lines, we used to receive the messages. It was quite expensive, and even if the line is busy or if the fax machine is off, you cannot send the fax messages and all those things. But after the cloud-based fax service, we were able to receive the faxes through the email in our mailboxes. Even if we wanted to send certain faxes, we could send it through the cloud-based service, documents and other things. But now that thing has been taken over by the email and attachments, etc., that we are sending either through the emails or through the social media. Now, Google Voice has been integrated with your Google accounts as well, that you can use in order to make calls. You can even pay the credit in order to make calls directly from the Google Voice to landlines, and vice versa. So quite well integrated with the rest of the solutions. Now, Wikis, as you know, is a very important thing these days. If you want to get any information about anything which is quite famous, you can get lots of information from it on the internet. So we can say that it's the online user content driven encyclopedia that we have, where you can find almost any information about it. It could be edited. You can request for the editing a document or any information which is there. Further, we can say that there are certain advantages and disadvantages of wikis as well. Any member of the team can add or edit the content, so it's not like who owns the content. Most users quickly learn how to edit the content within the wiki. So if you see that certain information is not correct and you want to modify it, you can request for the modification. Team members editing the wiki content can reside anywhere in the world, so no one owns it, and edit the wiki's content are immediate, so you can see the changes on it. Now, some of the disadvantages of wiki is that because any member can edit the content, or the content can occur, like any sort of information would be there. It could be right, it could be wrong. Public wikis are often the target of hacking and spam. The wiki's free flowing format may lead to content that is disorganized, so anyone is editing it without having a proper knowledge of how to maintain the content online. Users are often suspicious of the wiki content validation accuracy because you don't know that who edited it and whether the information which is appearing on it is right or not. Now we have cloud-based documents. Now that gives us an example of a cloud-based collaboration as well. Like if we have a Google Cloud or if you have a Office 365 cloud, you don't need to install the application in order to edit the presentations or Word documents. You'll open it in a web browser where a window will open with the help of which you can edit the document, you can save it, you can share it, you can collaborate it easily, just like you do it on your own computer. So that reduce the installation size and the technical requirements that you must have, or at least the minimum requirements of the PC in order to run certain applications. Since it is used through a web-based platform, the speed of the internet plays an important role, that you must have a stable internet connection in order to make the modifications on that. Depending on the document size, complexity, and project guidelines, at several times the users will need to edit the same document content at the same time. As you might guess, depending on how many users are editing the document, managing edit the changes to the text can be challenging for the collaborative editing software. But it keeps track of all the changes, that who shared it, who made certain modifications, so you can track it by the changes made by the users. In other words, if two users edit the same document of the text, it becomes tricky to determine which user edits to apply. Now there would be multiple users who will be editing the same piece of text, so you might get a feedback that two users wrote this thing, so later the administrator will have to choose that which is the content which is quite right for this kind of details which are there online. Now we have a similar platform for Microsoft Office 365 as well. As you can see that we are on OneDrive and we have opened a PowerPoint presentation, and through the web-based collaboration tool you can easily edit it, share it, and present it directly from their cloud. Now collaboration via the weblogs or the weblogs, you can have the same kind of thing in WordPress, which is one of the open source content management system. It is providing a facility where you can easily write the blogs yourself. You can make the visibility appear to the public. Even the date of publish and other formats can be easily read over there. Even you can track the revisions which are made on that. Now that's another example of a blog which is written on WordPress and then it's made publicly available, so the information is there, and if you want they can easily edit the document from here. Now Web 2.0 and blogs. With the advent of Web 2.0, one of the most widely used communication tools has become the weblog or blog. Now blogs allows virtually anyone with little or no web development experience to easily publish the content on the web, because there is a set interface for that. You don't need to study a lot or understand or might have the technical expertise in order to edit. It's just like you edit anything online and make the modifications, changing the colors, editing the text, adding pictures, adding videos and stuff, just like you do it in your normal email. Blogs can provide one-way or two-way communication, meaning some users post read-only content to the blog, while others allow readers to comment on the content. By allowing the users to comment on the content, it brings a two-way communication with the person, that if someone has certain opinion on the matter which is posted, they can freely post the comments over there. Over the past few years, blogs have become so successful that many newspapers have replaced the printed content with the digital blogs, because whenever they are having any latest news or anything, they'll post it on the social media platforms where people will be able to see, they'll be able to pass their comments. So now they are using that in order to collect the data from the users as well, to have their perspective in terms of the information which is posted on these channels. Now there are certain advantages and disadvantages of blog as well. Blogs provide a device-independent way for content consumers to access digital content using only a web browser. So far there are no as such official apps available for wiki editing and blogs, etc. Users can create or publish the content to a blog with little or no web development experience. Since it's a platform, all you need to do is log in and try to post a material or edit it from there. Within an organization, internet-based blogs provide a convenient way to disseminate information. It means that within the organization, if you have a blog of your own and people are sharing their opinions and thoughts, they can freely do that, provided it is available within the organization. Blogs provide an effective way to collect feedback from the users. Sometimes you can post it in public, sometimes you keep it anonymous so that you're just posting your opinion on a certain thing without being judged. Now, there are some disadvantages of blogs as well. Maintaining a blog takes time. Someone will have to keep an eye on that who's posting what. Then blogs can become opinion posts as well, as opposed to the fact posts. So people would be posting how they feel like about certain things, rather than just reading it as the information. User feedback may not always be positive or may require moderation. There are all sorts of people. Someone would agree with the information, someone would not agree with the information. People sometimes use the language which should not be there, so it requires certain moderation to approve the post before they appear to the public. Now, that's an example of cloud-based meeting again. Like, for example, if we are having any tool like Zoom, as they are showing in this one, we are sharing our screen. In the meantime, the presenter would appear in terms of a video conferencing call. In addition to, they'll be sharing their screen, for example, a PowerPoint presentation, etc. They can even allow the users to control their PC. It's even used for the help desk support and rest of the other things, but just an example of how you can share your screen in collaboration, again using the cloud services. Now, advantages of a cloud-based meeting is a streaming video that allows face-to-face interaction with the users. Other than that, if it was only a text-based chat, you don't relate to the other person if you're using only tools and voice, just like you are making a call. But if we can see the video and the actual communication with the users, that helps us in interacting with the people in a better way. Shared whiteboards and presenters can be used easily to control the presentation side of the deck, documents, spreadsheets, related documents, etc. Then accessibility to the users through the most cases through the myriad of devices, and shared applications let presenters easily demonstrate the software live within the controlled environment. So you can easily show the entire software or the application or any program that you have worked on or any presentations that you have related to finance, accounting, marketing, or anything which is related to your own department. The ability to hold company training online instead of on-site. Lots of trainers which used to fly just to conduct certain training programs, now they are offering all those training and even education online, through which they kids and even for higher education students can access it. They can have online exams, quizzes, and within a secure environment where there are all mechanisms in place that the cheating is not possible in that case. The ability to record the meetings for playback at a later time, so you can record the meetings and can review it later at your convenience. Now, virtual presentation for lectures, etc., like the lecturer is sitting right there and they are presenting the same course, cloud computing, that we are covering at the moment. Now, advantages of the virtual presentations and meetings is the cost of the production and hosting for the multimedia content are quite low, since you're sharing it using your internet connection. Users can play back content at the time that best meets their needs and as often as they desire. Companies can create a library of virtual meeting and training presentations, etc. Like you can check that which are the trainings which are upcoming. If you are interested in that, you can sign up for it and attend the presentation. Virtual presentation software is migrating to handheld devices as well, that we have applications installed on our mobile phones. So even if we are traveling or we are not in the office, still you'll be able to attend the meeting and can see the content which is shared by these platforms. Now, in the last, we are talking about social media and collaboration. Facebook is obviously the most successful Web 2.0 site. Using Facebook, users communicate with their friends, share photos, videos, and text messages, etc. There are lots of other platforms as well in addition to Facebook, but since Facebook has the biggest user base, there are lots of different things, forums, discussion boards, and lots of things people are sharing in addition to making online calls, etc. Further, using Facebook groups, teams can share the project's information in a secure way. Because Facebook resides within the cloud, it must be considered a cloud-based collaborative tool. Using social media tool for collaboration has the advantages. For example, user can exchange the project information, group can keep the team content secure, and most users are already familiar with the social media use and the interface which is there, so it becomes very easy for them to interact with these tools on daily basis. Now, just to explain it further, we have cloud-based calendars. As you can see, that's a calendar from Google, and you can see all the commitments which are upcoming. It would even highlight the things on your calendar just to make it easy for you to understand that these are the commitments coming. Advantages of a cloud-based calendar: no software or the other web browser is required. You can see it right at the application itself. Calendars are accessible through most devices, and it would sync itself so that if you have any meeting coming, it would notify you for that. Many cloud-based calendars may synchronize with the other applications as well, so it would trigger an alert on your mobile phone automatically for an upcoming event. Users can normally access their cloud-based calendars from any device. Now, streaming and video content. YouTube is one of the most successful things for Web 2.0 successor stories. Each year, users upload hundreds and millions of videos and a wide variety of content to YouTube, just like we are uploading all the lectures. Now, it's a free education for everyone. If someone is interested, they can find the content of their own choice easily, where you have lots of other options. You can find plenty of information related to anything. Many companies use YouTube to market their products and services, and even to deploy the corporate training, etc. YouTube supports video access from all browsers and most of the handheld devices due to the applications and the softwares that you are using. Users are free to determine when and from where they retrieve the video content, and more important, users can easily update their own videos on YouTube cloud storage, then share it with the others. They can make it available to everyone. They can hide the videos. They can share the videos while it's not available to everyone, only by sharing the link. So lots of different platforms like YouTube and other services are available, with the help of which you can deliver all those things comfortably on the internet. So that was about collaboration in the cloud. I hope things are clear. That's it for today. Thank you very much.